Summer 1943. A group of German engineers stood around the wreckage of a British bomber that had crashed near Cologne. At first, they laughed. The aircraft wasn't made of metal, but wood, birch, balsa, and plywood. One officer joked, "The British are running out of aluminum." But when they began dismantling the structure, that laughter turned into silence. The joints didn't crack. The panels didn't bend. Every part was perfectly fitted, sealed with a mysterious amber-colored glue that held tighter than any rivet. They had just encountered the de Havilland Mosquito, the wooden wonder, built not by giant factories, but by furniture makers, piano craftsmen, and cabinet builders across Britain. When Göring heard reports of this wooden aircraft outpacing his best fighters and bombing Berlin in broad daylight, he refused to believe it. "It's impossible," he shouted. "A wooden plane cannot be faster than my Mi-109. But it was, by over 60 miles per hour. The secret wasn't just in the design, it was in the chemistry. The glue that held the Mosquito together wasn't ordinary wood adhesive. It was a secret resin mixture, born in the labs of British chemists desperate to find alternatives to scarce wartime materials. When German engineers tested it, they found something remarkable. The bonds between the layers were stronger than the wood itself. You could rip the wood apart, but not the joint. And that glue changed the course of the air war. Because of it, the Mosquito didn't need rivets or metal reinforcements, which meant less drag, less weight, and more speed. It could climb higher, fly farther, and evade interception entirely. German radar operators called it a ghost. One moment it was there, the next gone. Luftwaffe pilots were ordered to prioritize Mosquitoes above all else, but chasing them often ended in frustration. Even the Mi-262 jet struggled to catch up. The brilliance of the Mosquito wasn't in brute force, it was in imagination. While Germany poured its resources into heavier armor and more complex machinery, Britain built a weapon of elegance and efficiency. The Mosquito could carry the same bomb load as a 4-engine B-17, yet only needed 2 engines and a 2-man crew. It could photograph enemy cities at noon, strike Gestapo headquarters at night, and vanish before a single fighter could respond. Every time a Mosquito completed a raid, it humiliated Göring's air defenses. He once told his staff, "I turned green and yellow with envy. The British, who can afford aluminum better than we can, knocked together a beautiful wooden aircraft that every piano factory makes, and it works better than anything we have." He wasn't wrong. The very simplicity of the Mosquito made it untouchable. What those German engineers discovered in that wreckage wasn't just an aircraft, it was an idea. That innovation doesn't always come from factories or steel, but from creativity and necessity. Furniture makers and chemists had done what empires couldn't. They had turned glue and wood into one of the most effective aircraft in World War II. By the end of the war, the Mosquito flew over 28,000 missions, bombing, photographing, guiding night fighters, and saving thousands of Allied lives. Its wooden shell stood as a quiet rebuke to industrial arrogance, proof that genius can be carved, sanded, and glued together in a workshop. Even today, aviation engineers study its design, how light, flexible structures can outperform heavy ones. The Mosquito wasn't just a plane, it was a philosophy that sometimes imagination is stronger than steel. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold World War II stories, where history's smallest details reveal its biggest surprises.